Hi, Mila. Hi, Ashton. Thank you so much for doing our show. I really, really, really appreciate this. I see that you're happy, you're home, or you're safe. How's the family? How are the kids? How's it going?
Great. They have an iPad and pretzels, so you got about 20 minutes to it.
I know exactly what you mean.
We right behind you, and all I keep saying is like, "How's their snack supply? And where are they at?"
They're doing learning programs on iPads and mowing out some pretzels. So
yeah, that's exactly. I have the same schedule as you guys. How are you with the homeschooling? Are you good? It's Teacher Appreciation Week, which couldn't have come at a better time.
Boy, do I appreciate teachers. I realized I'm a fantastic TA. I'm like a professional TA. This one over here, God bless it, man. I mean,
really?
Yes. Yeah.
You're good.
I like me some teaching. We set up like a curriculum for the week. And we plan it out and figure out what the kids are going to learn like throughout the week. And so we've done like various weeks. We did a week on, the first week was like
we piggybacked
energy and electricity.
Oh yeah.
And then we did like how to build things, architecture and building.
Oh, but wait, the one thing that we did do that I feel like is a good hack is we enlisted our friends to do like 20-minute Zoom sessions with our kids. Be like, teach our kids anything. And it could be anything from like making flower arrangements to architecture, like anything. And so that gives us 20 minutes of not parenting and also allows our kids to have another type of interaction from somebody.
And it works really well with people who are like single and they're at home, they're alone, they don't have anything to do, and maybe they don't have kids that they're chasing around all day. So they've got a free 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and like the kids just engage in them. And so we did like one architecture lesson. We did one energy recyclable energy.
Cookies. We baked
sustainability.
Cookies.
We baked cookies for one.
Yeah.
We did a flower arrangement for one.
Yeah.
I need your friend's number.
We'll give it to you.
I have no friends. That's the bummer.
We've abused all of our friends. We're like, who's next? But we piggyback off of our kids' curriculum. I don't want to take away. Their schools are amazing at helping the parents the week. So we just piggyback.
This week we're doing the human body. So we're going to learn about the skeletal system, the digestive system, so we have the kids ask questions at the beginning of the week, and then throughout the week we have to get the answers to the questions.
One of them is, how long does it take to get poop out? That's an important question.
Yeah, from the point that you eat the food, how long does it take to make poop?
Gosh, if you gave me multiple choice, I could be close, but I wouldn't be able to guess.
I mean, I have no clue.
Guys, we all have Google. It's magic.
Hey, I gotta say, the one thing I wanted to get in touch with you guys and say congrats, and what a great idea. This quarantine wine idea, I think, is brilliant. How'd you come up with the idea, and what a perfect thing for right now? It was really, Mila, it's you.
Well, it's twofold. Let me say, I married a person who's brilliant and smart and, can make things happen very quickly. I think lots of things. I think I have brilliant ideas daily, Jimmy. I think I have the most greatest ideas. Once in the blue moon, they stick. This all happened out of having like Zoom dates or FaceTime dates with our friends. We'd have like dinner or drinks or whatever. And I realized that not to like encourage drinking, but the one thing that we can all gather around is like food and like entertainment or like having a glass of wine and just relaxing. And then I also realized a lot of our friends reached out to us and were like, hey, where can we donate to help? And he was working with Flexport at that point, and we were trying to figure out like how to navigate our friends to help them donate. And I realized how good I selfishly felt when I was able to donate. And so in a weird way, I just combined both my favorite things, drinking and donating. And and that was it. And I was like, well, what if we create like a wine? And we have amazing friends at Knocking Point that did this very quickly that are, brilliant at what they do. And it's all 100%, those profits go to charities. We don't want money. It wasn't about that. It was just about allowing people to have a way to feel good about themselves, donate their $50 and get something in return, have fun with it, enjoy it, toast it, and know that your money went somewhere useful.
Not only is that idea brilliant, but I thought the other thing, which is, I ordered my bottles, by the way. They should be here, I think, today. So as soon as I get them, I'm going to give you a shout out just to say thank you. But love whoever thought of the label is blank. Do you happen to have? Do you have a bottle by you that you can show?
Yeah, we started out with the idea was like, can we do like just like the simplest thing, right? Because it's like we've seen a bunch of like people that are well known or celebrities that are like feel like they're like celebrating during this time. We're like, hold on, this isn't like a celebration time. This is like a let's buckle down and figure out how to do things. So we're like, the best thing is just to do like a blank label. But then the idea is it says toasting to on here, and then quarantine wine, which is the name, and then you can pick like whoever you want to toast to. So like. If you know, like we are appreciating, like right
Teachers.
now, it's Teachers Appreciation Week. So we can toast to teachers. And we can do, and you can just make your own toast to.
And then post it on social media with #QuarantineWine. I say this not having had social media, but I hear it's very important to do. And so you should do #QuarantineWine.
Yeah. I just think it's, I don't even know how you got it together so fast and so quickly, but.
Knocking point.
Yeah.
I would say that as smart as we are, our friends are much smarter.
Yeah, we have friends. We were actually thinking about doing a wine, and our friends at Knocking Point like do this and turn things around really quick. And we called them up and said, hey, if we did a quarantine wine, how quickly can we have it out? And within 3 weeks,
They got a label
we had
approved.
a label approved, we had trademark, we had samples, we
But I will also
figured
say
out what's going in the bottle, and they were ready to ship.
When people found out what it was for, when they found out it was all 100% for charity, nonprofit, people got very quickly to help out and make sure that everything was moved up the ladder quicker because they was, a little bit more time sensitive. So I would say the community as a whole, people were really generous with their time.
I also think you guys have a good reputation. So if you ask for something, people probably go, oh, they're legit. If you go to officialquarantinewine.com, you go there, but can you talk about maybe the charities that it goes to, the profits?
We talked about this at length, and we, I think, looked at maybe 12 charities, and then we narrowed it down to make sure, first of all, it had to be national. We didn't want to make it local for us because it felt like it was too small. So we did we did national, and then we wanted to check off certain quadrants, which were like helping people that have lost jobs, helping children get food, helping families. So they were all quadrant filled. So we ended up doing.
The first thing that we were working on, I've been working a lot with Flexport on trying to figure out the PPE issue, right? So, and one of the things that was interesting is there was a bind between like hospitals, and the suppliers, where hospitals couldn't front the money for supply before it got here. And so they almost needed like an in-between fund to basically buy the actual PPE. And Flexport had all the pipes to actually get it delivered to everywhere that it needed to get delivered. So we'd already been working with them so that we selected them. We selected the America Food Fund, which is a combination of Feeding America and the World Food Kitchen.
Give directly.
Amazing.
Give directly also, which I don't know if you know about, but that just literally physically gives money directly to people who need it.
And then Direct Relief, which is just another PPE fund. So we polled a bunch of our friends and said, hey, which are the best ones? And then we went from there and then vetted them and shortened it down.
And make sure that the overhead was small, because some charities, as great as they are, do have a higher overhead than others. And at a time like this, you want to make sure that most of the money goes to where it needs to go.
And usual bottles of wine have about 4 glasses in each bottle. So every glass goes to a different charity.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
The funny thing about this quarantine wine thing is like when we first started it, we were just like, all right, we'll see if we can raise like a little bit of money and see how it does.
Okay, so just to give you an example, you have to kind of do an allotment of cases. You have to pre-order juice. So we were like, let's just like play it safe. Who knows, maybe people will, right, like we bought 2,000 cases. Okay, initially.
And we did this one like video that we put out on social media.
And that was it.
And then
in 8 hours, we sold out 2,000 cases.
So
we were shocked. We just want to be very clear. It's like it blew our minds, and then we quickly started.
We had to procure more wine.
So we have more wine. So feel free to order.
And so now we've raised like $1 million and
$1 million.
Yeah. People have been incredible, and I want people to keep giving and knowing that it's going to the right places and feel good about it, and and toast to yourselves for trying something and be. And
it's a win. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Why not do it? I'd love it. I think it's great. Officialquarantinewine.com.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.